ABC 10 News Pinpoint Weather Super 7-Day Forecast.
All right, we finally made it to Saturday, everyone, and you might be waking up to some clouds this morning, especially if you're by our coastline in our inland communities. This is what I'm talking about. Take a live look at La Jolla. That marine layer definitely fully moved in El Cajon. You can see it right there. Those low clouds sticking to our coast and inland valleys this morning, and they're going to be sticking around a little bit longer than they usually do. Current temperatures across the county, it's about 63 degrees right now in downtown San Diego. Same story for La Jolla. In those low 60s along our coastline. Some spots in our inland communities actually waking up in the 50s, 55 in Escondido, 57 in El Cajon. Ramona, the coldest spot in the county, 41 degrees right now, and our deserts in the 50s and 60s this morning. So for your weather headlines, again, that dense morning fog, that's something we'll be seeing as we head towards Sunday as well for our coastal and inland valleys. Our marine layer is deepening. It deepened last night, and it's going to deepen even more so as we head towards tonight. Our mountains and deserts, we're seeing some gusty westerly winds this afternoon. Some spots could be seeing up to 35-mile-per-hour gusts. So breezy afternoons for mountains and deserts this weekend, and then we are tracking a warm-up. So by Halloween, your trick-or-treat forecast is looking quite good out there. Let's go check on our visibility, though. There is some spots being impacted by areas of dense fog. Ramona, Julian, Escondido has some low visibility, around 1 mile of visibility in Fallbrook right now. Kearney Mesa also impacted. Not too bad along our coastline, but keep this in mind as you're heading out on the roadways, maybe taking to the skies today, because travel might be impacted. So this is something I told you about last weekend, this atmospheric river that is definitely impacting the PNW. It's not bringing us too much in terms of rain chances. However, this is what's making our marine layer really stand out this weekend. So we're seeing it continue to stick to our coastline and our inland communities this morning, and then it'll be moving in tonight and sticking around Sunday morning even more so. So low clouds, definitely cooler mornings. However, today we will be warming up just a little bit on the slower side. Here's today's highs, around 72 degrees in San Diego, upper 60s for some of our coastal spots as well, upper 70s, low 80s along our inland communities, 81 today in El Cajon, low 70s for Julian and 93 for Borrego Springs. Other spots along our coastline, 68 degrees for La Jolla and Mission Beach, and again, low 80s, upper 70s along our coastline. So some spots a little bit below average. That's not going to be lasting for long, just this weekend. As you head out to the coast this Saturday, maybe you want to spend it by the beach. Well, you might not be seeing the sun too much until a little bit later this morning. So those morning clouds will be lasting. The sun will be peeking out a little bit around 11 a.m. Some spots might not even get into the 70s, right? We're seeing a lot of those upper 60s along our coastline, the sun peeking out through the afternoon, and then pretty quickly that marine layer is going to be moving right back in. However, as we head towards Tuesday, take a look at that warm up. Potentially some spots even reaching into the low 80s along our coastline. And then for Halloween, we're seeing these warm, pleasant conditions stick around. So low 80s, upper 70s this weekend. Sunday is probably going to be the coldest day over the next 7 days. And then even our inland spots could be reaching some 90s by the middle of next week. Our mountain communities, low 70s, upper 60s with some breezy conditions this weekend, but a big warm up next week. And for your desert communities, 90s this weekend, 90s next week. Not a whole lot of changes for those desert spots, and 92 by Halloween.